Hi, and welcome to Business Access Report Health Edition. I am your host, Kehila Hidayatzadeh. Today we're talking to Dr. Amir Abuja about a new campaign for the LGBTQ+ community that wants those living with depression to know that they are seen, heard, and not alone. Joining us now is Dr. Amir Abuja. He's a psychiatrist at the Los Angeles LGBTQ+ Center. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Tell us about Depression Looks Like Me.
Well, Depression Looks Like Me is a campaign that I am proud to partner with Janssen on, which is designed towards the LGBTQ+ community to raise awareness about depression and to provide resources and peer support for people in the community dealing with depression.
What an important campaign. What are some of the struggles someone within the LGBTQ+ community faces when trying to manage their depression?
Well, I think that the main hurdles really come from lack of support and lack of knowledge around LGBTQ+ issues. So they can face discrimination and stigma from the greater population and even from the medical community if their providers are not culturally competent, we say, which means educated in LGBTQ+ communities and issues. And I think this campaign is really designed towards connecting people with providers who are competent and also giving them a safe space to really feel not judged and to explore depression and educate them about it.
Tell us a little bit more about why it's important for diverse intersections of this community to feel they're represented in the mental health community and what resources are available to them.
Well, I think really there is a clear evidence that in terms of mental health and in terms of any conditions, really, people respond to messages that are tailored to them, which makes sense. We want to see ourselves represented so we understand that people like us deal with these issues. So I think having a broad cross spectrum of the community really allows different community members to different ages, different backgrounds to really feel that they're represented and hear their own stories on the website depressionlookslikeme.com. Plenty of community members and people have partnered with Janssen to tell their own stories of depression. And I think that really helps people understand that this can happen to anyone. It's very common and there's no shame in getting help. And we want to just reduce the stigma about this in general and raise awareness that in our community, there is a high incidence of depression and is treatable.
Great. You just answered my next question. So I appreciate you talking about the campaign. What do you want others living with depression to know? What's the important takeaway from this?
I think the most important takeaway is that there's no shame in asking for help and that you're not alone. And especially in the pandemic, we've seen so much isolation from people and not being connected to others. So we want this website to really be a portal to connect people to different resources and other people who are suffering from depression and also understand their own mental health better. I think all those things can be a journey for people in our community, and we want to make it as easy as possible.
Absolutely. Dr. Abuja, where can our viewers and listeners go to find mental health resources for the LGBTQ+ community?
Yeah, so a great place to start is depressionlookslikeme.com, and you can browse through the different sections of the website, including testimonials from people who have depression and how they've conquered it, as well as directories of culturally competent providers. If you don't have one, that's a great resource to find one. And then there's also education about depression and the different kinds of treatments available.
Thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
You can find out more about this topic at businessaccessreport.com. And if you want to find out more about me, you can do so at kehilahidayatzadeh.com. Thank you so much.